Hello, in this session I'm going to share with you an interesting topic and journey on the preservation of a traditional performing art from the state of Kelantan, Malaysia. And the title of this presentation is Rebana Kerching of Kampung Laut, Sustaining the Communal Activity with Academic Collaboration. So the traditional performing art is called Rebana Kerching, or more specifically the Rebana Kerching of Kampung Laut. So the Rebana Kerching of Kampung Laut is a historical, religious, traditional performing art that combines the elements of stylized movements, vocal and music in a single presentation. And it was believed to have been introduced by traders from the Arab and Persian regions who stopped by at Kampung Laut, a village near the Kelantan River in the state of Kelantan, Malaysia, for trading and rest. And the performing art was meant to enhance the beauty of Islam among the community of Muslims in the village of Kampung Laut through praising God, Allah, and the Prophet Muhammad. And the performing art is claimed to be a Malay heritage that has been passed down for at least 5 generations of more than 150 years. And the traditional art today is upheld by less than 10 activists, with only one main activist less, that put the performing art at the brink of extinction. The Rebana Kerching of Kampung Laut has been a performance that allows the local community to gather for entertainment in the past. And the Rebana Kerching of Kampung Laut has been performed in weddings, coronation of the kings or the sultans, and also other official and unofficial events upon invitations. However, as of today, the Rebana Kerching of Kampung Laut has become less popular due to the influence of modern form of entertainments, access through television and the internet. And not just that, the songs of Rebana Kerching in the performance can hardly be understood by the people today due to the partly incomprehensible pronunciation of the Arabic lyrics. Therefore, from being a communal gathered activity in the past, the Rebana Kerching of Kampung Laut today is at the brink of extinction. Safeguarding efforts are needed through adaptation to make the Rebana Kerching of Kampung Laut remain relevant. Efforts have been undertaken by University Malaysia Kelantan, a university located in the state of Kelantan, through the funding of the U.S. Ambassador's Fund for Cultural Preservation awarded by the U.S. Embassy in Kuala Lumpur. So Rebana Kerching is a dying art based on several factors that can be divided into internal as well as external. So the internal factors that contribute to the issues facing the Rebana Kerching of Kampung Laut today is that it is exclusive only to Kampung Laut as compared to other performing arts in the state of Kelantan, Malaysia, which are more widespread throughout the state. And the Kampung Laut generation, the village where the Rebana Kerching is from, are mostly working outside the state of Kelantan, making the generation to continue the performing art is becoming lesser and lesser. The lyrics are incomprehensible, making it less attractive to audiences, where people who watch Rebana Kerching performance can hardly understand the lyrics and the song. They can just simply enjoy the music and the dance of Rebana Kerching. Only the elders in Kampung Laut remain there to practice the performing art. And those are the internal factors that contribute to the dying performing art of Rebana Kerching of Kampung Laut. The external factors would be that the performing art is threatened by other forms of modern entertainments through TVs and the internet, and the younger generations are very much accessible to the internet, playing video games and other form of entertainment. Less school children can commit to practice and performing the Rebana Kerching of Kampung Laut due to school commitment and also co-curricular activities of the school, where in the past, students who form the dance troupe of the Rebana Kerching can spend a lot of time practicing Rebana Kerching in the evening after school with the elders who play as the musicians who play the Rebana Kerching drum. That is not the case today. And Rebana Kerching Association resorted to giving incentives to attract the students to be the dancers. And normally the dancers, after the age of 12 years old, they will be trained to be the musicians to play the Rebana Kerching drum as the musician in the Rebana Kerching performance troupe. So the Rebana Kerching performing art group is divided into two, the dancers and also the musicians. However, until today, no effective intervention has been taken to revive the performing art, be it by the local community or at a governmental level. The objective of this study, funded by the Ambassadors Fund for Cultural Preservation and led by University Malaysia Kelantan's researchers, is to present new approach of teaching the performing art of Rebana Kerching of Kampung Laut, converting the traditional learning method of Rebana Kerching, which was passed down orally from one generation to another, to a more structured pedagogical approach. Rebana Kerching lesson is structured with academic intervention by the researchers from University Malaysia Kelantan, a public university, and the lesson is structured part by part, starting from choosing the song, memorize the lyrics, understand the meaning of the lyrics, singing, learn how to sing, and learn how to play the music, followed by the dance. And in the end, all of these skills are combined to ensure a good performance of Rebana Kerching as a whole. And the second objective of the study was to create a sense of community involvement between academic institution and the community in Kampung Laut, where Rebana Kerching is originated, on preserving Rebana Kerching. And this can be expanded to the community beyond the village of Kampung Laut, including school communities around nearby and around the state of Kelantan, Malaysia. So the methodology adopted in this study to preserve the Rebana Kerching of Kampung Laut is first by the researchers reviewing the literature review related to Rebana Kerching to understand the Rebana Kerching performing art. Although written records of Rebana Kerching is very lacking, as the performing arts is passed down from generation to another orally, which was the practice of among the Malay community in the past. The second approach is a participatory observation fieldwork that was conducted, where the researchers will learn the performing art from the practitioners, from the activists of the Rebana Kerching of performing art, Rebana Kerching performing art, and later the learners, the researchers will be the learner, will be the trainer of the performance, where the researcher will train school children throughout the state of Kelantan, including the school teachers, in order to preserve the Rebana Kerching performing art from being forgotten. Participatory action research is also taken and undergone to create and formulate academic module, a structured module on how to teach and learn the Rebana Kerching performing art from the knowledge gained from the activist or the practitioner of Rebana Kerching, which is less than 10 people remaining in Kampung Laut. So the researchers of the reservation of the Rebana Kerching Performing Art Project has undertaken several initiatives to revive the performing art, hence to preserve the performing art. So the first step is to enforce communal activity, where training of trainers were initiated for 3 days, where UMK lecturers from University Malaysia Kelantan, and students who are selected to learn and also to train Rebana Kerching were were trained by the activists of the Rebana Kerching Performing Art in Kampung Laut. And also the activists of the Rebana Kerching were invited to the university to a 3-day session with the lecturers, the researchers, as well as the students for intensive training that covers everything of the performing art from A to Z. And the training includes singing, playing the Rebana Kerching drum, and dance, along with the lyrics and other things that are needed to be understood about Rebana Kerching. So after the training of trainers session, the training of trainers are now ready to be trainers themselves. So later on, the next step is to have the training of trainees session with participants from several schools nearby Kampung Laut as well as in the state of Kelantan, Malaysia. So the training of trainee session was done in 3 days, where the students as well as the school teachers are trained by UMK lecturers who learn from the activists, as well as the selected UMK students who learn from the activists of Rebana Kerching. So participants from school teachers and students are gathered in the school for the session, and the involvement of the teachers is important to ensure that the Rebana Kerching performing art in the school is sustained although after the students left school. So it is made communal in this sense, where the involvement of at least 10 students of 11 to 12 years old and at least 2 teachers from each of the 5 schools around Kelantan. So the 5 schools around the state of Kelantan include the Kampung Laut Primary School, a school nearby Kampung Laut, the origins of the Rebana Kerching Performing Art, Zainab 1 Primary School, Datuk Hashim Primary School, Machang Primary School, and Badak Primary School. So the strategy is to focus on Kelantan State first as the birthplace of Rebana Kerching before it can be expanded to other states outside Kelantan. So students are first auditioned to see their readability in learning the performing art, and also their interest in learning and performing is taken into consideration, and this task is given to the teachers responsible for the students. And the teaching materials, including musical notes, lyrics, and recorded songs, so there are 26 songs altogether, but one song is being taught to the students, which is Ya Rabbi Yasir. The title of the song are given to the teachers and the students, and the students are also taught on how to read the musical notes by the lecturers and the students from UMK, who now become the trainer. So the meanings of the lyrics are explained so they know what it is about. Although some part of the lyrics are incomprehensible, but the explanation is given as best as it can be, and competition between the 5 schools are conducted as another strategy to make sure that this performing art is practiced and that students will have a sense of competing between each other and perform the best they can. For the students and also the teachers, they are allowed to come out with a new creative approach or improvisation in how to perform the Rebana Kerching in terms of the floor pattern, the movement of the dance, the costume can be revised, and also the scenography can also be revised, but it is very important for them to be noted that they have to retain the core elements of Rebana Kerching. The other aspect of the effort in preserving Rebana Kerching through the research by University Malaysia Kelantan with the funding of the US Ambassador's Fund for Cultural Preservation is to sustain Rebana Kerching with academic collaboration. So there were 5 clusters altogether that are involved in the preservation project, with a documentation cluster will do the documenting of the history of Rebana Kerching, the past and current situation, the costumes, and also the remaining activists. So the cluster will produce and has already produced research book and a coffee table book based on the interview with the Rebana Kerching activists. The other cluster would be the music cluster that has been working on documenting the making of Rebana Kerching drum and also analyzing the songs, the lyrics, and the dance movements. And the training cluster had the task of learning Rebana Kerching from the activists as explained just now, and also teach the Rebana Kerching performing art to the future generations, and at the moment be the students from the 5 schools around the state of Kelantan. And they are also responsible in creating Rebana Kerching teaching modules with a more structured part by part teaching and learning lessons for the students, and make it as a core curricular activities in the 5 schools. So this is an effort to sustain Rebana Kerching outside Kampung Laut in the schools as a core curricular activity. So with the students leaving the school, the Rebana Kerching as a core curricular activity is retained and ready to be taught to other students in the school. The event cluster had the task of organizing events related to Rebana Kerching seminars, talks, or forums, as well as performance. The last cluster would be the documentary cluster that is responsible in documenting Rebana Kerching in a video documentary to be aired on national television in Malaysia, with the purpose as an archival record for reference of the people in general as well as academicians, and for the purpose of knowledge sharing. So as a result, it can be said that the study has benefited the Rebana Kerching performing art in a few aspects. The competition between the schools can set a new milestone to the community and other schools as well to be involved in the Rebana Kerching performance, and the improvisation allowed in the costumes, in the dance movements, would also make Rebana Kerching performance more appealing to the current generation and to the audience of today, as compared to the traditional form of Rebana Kerching that might be appealing to the past generation, which have caused the Rebana Kerching to be forgotten from time to time. So the theme of the preservation of the Rebana Kerching of Kampung Laut project has achieved certain results in the effort of preserving and sustaining the Rebana Kerching of Kampung Laut performing art, where Rebana Kerching competitions have been conducted between the schools, and Rebana Kerching teaching module, a structured module of teaching and learning Rebana Kerching, has been developed. Cultural exchange projects have been initiated, where workshops has been carried out not just in Malaysia but also in Thailand, and also in UMK itself, University Malaysia Kelantan, where Rebana Kerching is performed during the International Day. A research book has been published on Rebana Kerching with a detailed documentation of Rebana Kerching from the history until the detail of the current remaining activities. A coffee table book of the preservation journey has been published as well. A TV documentary is has been completed and is in the process of being aired on the national TV, and international talks, forums, and seminars have been carried out locally and internationally, where awareness of Rebana Kerching among people outside Kampung Laut is being developed from time to time through these approaches. As a result of these preservation project, so it can be seen that chances to learn and practice Rebana Kerching are created among the people, where people can easily approach Rebana Kerching, especially in schools. And also stakeholders like the instrument makers, the Rebana Kerching drum, the maker of the Rebana Kerching drum, and also the costume maker of Rebana Kerching are sustained because they are allowed to have the project or the job or the task of coming out with new instruments, the Rebana Kerching drum, as well as costumes for the Rebana Kerching dancers. All in all, a sense of belonging is emphasized through this preservation project among the community, not just the local community in Kampung Laut, where Rebana Kerching is originated, but also in the nearby community and also the community in the state of Kelantan in general. So, to conclude, the preservation project of the Rebana Kerching of Kampung Laut performing art have somehow contributed to the safeguarding effort of the performing art itself. So the safeguarding methods presented in this presentation can also be applied to other performing arts that are dying. And it is very important for us to note that academic support is also very important as an effort to preserve a dying traditional performing art, where academic support from a university, for example, can help revive a performing art and emphasize the communal art so it can be shared, owned, preserved, and practiced not just by the local community but also by a wider community throughout the state in general. So with that, thank you very much, and that would be the end of the presentation. Let us together preserve and revive traditional performing art.